At the UN General Assembly today, President Trump met with Ukraine's President Zelensky for about an hour. Afterward, in a long social media post, Trump suggested, with European support, Ukraine could win back all the territory Russia now controls. That proclamation came after he urged European countries to cease buying any Russian oil and gas supplies. For tonight's interview, we talked to Ukraine's U.S. Ambassador, Olha Stefanishyna, about today's meeting, U.S. support, and the toll of more than 3 years of fighting. According to the United Nations, the civilian casualties in Ukraine are up 40% in this year, the first 8 months of this year. What has the war been like this year?
Well, I don't think it's actually possible, to explain it without, having this experience. A war is that, for example, if it were you and me, but in the military uniform. If you would go on the front line, you can see anchors, writers, diplomats, lawyers, medical officers, designers, but they're wearing uniform and they are on the front line. They are now the drone operators, the snipers, and totally different people. So it's just like you and me, but standing for its family, standing for its land, standing for their homes.
And at the end of his social media post, the president said, "I wish both countries well. Good luck to all." That sounds like somebody leaving a party that he's not going to return to.
Well, I think we should not really, go into every word. I can only say that the major messages evolved following the meeting between President Trump with my president, President Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, are very precise. There is an objective understanding on the real situation on the battlefield. There is an understanding that Russia is in a really poor economic situation. There is an understanding that there is still a serious room for maneuver on American and European side in terms of putting more economic pressure to Russia.
Is President Trump, is his support for Ukraine, the Ukrainian people, greater than it was before, the same as it was before, or less?
I think it's not particularly correct for me to think about that even, because I represent my country and President Trump is the president of the United States of America and he supports the people of the United States of America. But I think, again, it's now very clear that we all standing, the whole world, the whole normal world is standing on the values. And he definitely now understands, to my opinion, that Ukrainians are defending not only the land, but also its way of life, its identity, its faith, and first and foremost, its families.
He understands it, but is he going to do anything about it?
We will do everything which depends on us to help to get to the best possible solution, which is the fair peace, but also ending the war.
As Ukraine continues to defend itself against this invasion, what would you want an American audience to know?
Oh, I think it's very important that American people understand that how grateful we are to all the support. Of course, military support, helping securing our skies, and I think what is most important is the American leadership. It makes a difference for NATO, it makes a difference for European countries, it makes a difference for Ukraine, and I just want to say nothing but thank you.